In this video, I'm going to answer some questions about physical symptoms and body sensations and how to work with the emotions associated with those. And while this isn't a complete or comprehensive exploration of this topic, I thought that my answers to these questions might be helpful for some of you because they certainly apply to working with your emotions around any topic. So I hope you find this helpful, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Yeah, I don't know. I have been surprised at how often there is an emotion behind a body sensation that I would have normally thought, or in the past thought, was just a body sensation because I was hungry or, had something mechanically going on with my body. I would say 90% of the time when I take a client through the feel your feet, feel your butt in the chair and breathe thing, and they say, oh, I feel a feeling in my stomach but it's because of what I ate earlier. And we go through the process and start talking to the stomach, we'll find out there is an emotion in there. Once they released it, they don't have that sensation in their stomach anymore. That's about 90% of the time. I will also say, though, it's often not helpful to get hung up in trying to understand or get to the bottom of what the feeling is that's at the root of the body sensation, because we typically have feelings in reaction to body sensations. And that's where we need to start releasing. If my lower back is bothering me, if I look closely, I will see that I might have some resistance to it. I don't like it. I don't want it to be there. I want it to be different. So if I check even more closely, the first feeling might be resistance. And that might be as far as it goes. If I release the resistance, if I release the feeling of resistance, my sensation in my back will either release or I won't care that it's still there. Now, someone else who feels a discomfort in their lower back might initially feel a feeling of resistance, and then when we release the feeling of resistance, they may find that there's a feeling victimized by it or controlled by it. Someone else might find that there's a feeling of being angry about it, pissed off at my body. Why is it doing this way? Why is it letting me down? Mm-hmm. Some people might feel helpless and sad and feel like life is doing something to them when we go deeper. So there's usually a deeper story that has a lot to do with the stories that we've been carrying for a long time. Exactly. It's just about, the purposes of this work, it's just about being aware of the feelings and releasing the feelings. Mm-hmm. There's a guy named Donald Epstein who has developed something called network spinal analysis, which is he was originally a chiropractor, but he's veered kind of far away from the original chiropractic. And he will often say that it's not so much about how you feel, but how you feel about how you feel that tells the story. So that's why a body sensation, no matter what kind of body sensation it is, whether it's something mechanically that's going on with your body that doesn't have an emotional root to it or whether it does have an emotional root to it, either way it serves its purpose because you're going to have a feeling about it. The stories we tell ourselves about it that may very well be the reason behind the sensations or the physical problem to begin with. But it's not all that helpful to try to figure that out via the intellect, because the program in the story, it lives at the level of the body mind, and it's stuff that we created often when we were much younger and sometimes before we had language. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna feel it as a chunk of energy. You're gonna feel the story as a chunk of energy and not necessarily something that you can figure out. So when you feel a sensation and you ask yourself, what is my now feeling about that? What happens? Do you not know what your now feeling is? When you notice a body sensation, just ask yourself, what is my now feeling? So when you ask yourself, what is my now feeling? There's always a now feeling. It's just that like in this moment, I'm not feeling any strong feelings. And if you were to ask me what is my now feeling, I might say, well, nothing. But if I sit for just a few seconds and ask myself, well, Shelley, do you feel completely wide open and free? And say, no, it's not that. So if it's not that, it's something else. And the something else would be a little bit of something that feels like tension around here, and a little bit of something that feels a little bit like a pressure because I'm videotaping myself. I'm also, really aware that it's a beautiful day and we're sitting here and I enjoy talking with you. So I would say I'm fairly relaxed, but I'm not completely open, peaceful and free. And it's that little bit of something like that. That's the now feeling. Okay. Notice the now feeling. You can notice it. Notice any sense of something that feels like resistance to it, wanting to fix it really quickly. Are you done with it? That's right, I can notice that too. And then I can do one of several different things. One of the things I can do is put my attention on feeling my butt in the chair. And as soon as I did that, I noticed these muscles engaged lower in my belly, and I took a breath without trying to, just feeling my butt in the chair. And it happened again, and my breathing's I notice my breathing being a little deeper, and I notice my breathing, and I can feel my foot that's on the ground. Everything settles just a little bit. I just feel a little bit of something release. There's not as much stuff in here, and it just releases, and I settle in my body just a little bit more. Of course, if you just have a sense of something. So, is that what you're asking me? So let's say you notice a body sensation, and this would apply if you notice something that just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. You're not always able to put an emotional label on it. Exactly. You can't always say, well, it's happy, sad, scared, angry, horny. You can't always do that. It's just important that you're able to. Now, sometimes just naming it will help it release. But it's not. But if you can't, it's okay. So the point is, if you can just have a sense of it. Okay, and when you did this, you had a feel for it. Okay, so if you were doing like this, how would you? And you made a face like this. Yeah. So it has a sense of yuck to it.
Okay.
There's your feeling.
Okay.